it's Reagan and I am home for the holidays, hence the different background. But I thought it'd be a good idea for the first video to film since I've been back is to tell you all the books I brought home with me, which are a lot more than I can probably read in the 5 weeks that I'm gonna be home, but I just, just thought I'd do a little showing and telling, you know what I mean? And basically it's all the books behind me right here, but I will tell them to you individually, so let's get started. First up, we have The Golem and the Genie by Helene Wecker. I've been meaning to read this book for so freaking long, and it's beautiful. It's set in Europe, magical realism. I think it's a great book to read over break. Installation of Vital Phenomenon by Anthony Mara, a historical fiction Russia book. Again, perfect for the holidays. Furnished by Catherine Longshore. This is a young adult historical fiction book following Catherine VIII, King Henry VIII. Wow. Exquisite Captive by Heather Demetrios. This is a young adult fantasy novel centering in and around genies, which I thought sounded quite fun. Once We Were Brothers by Ronald H. Balson. This is a historical fiction World War II novel set in Poland. The Enchanted by Renee Denfeld. This is again, like a magical realism book about death row inmates. Very short, heard really great things. The Crown of Embers by Ray Carson, the second book to the Girl of Fire and Thorn series, which I read a year ago, like the first book a year ago, so I really should continue on. So there we go. Clocks by David Mitchell, because I really should have already read this book. The Crane Wife by Patrick Ness. This is the only Patrick Ness book I haven't read, I'm pretty sure, and I need to resolve that because I love Patrick Ness. And what I'm pretty sure is my next read, The Alloy of Law by Brandon Sanderson. This is the first book in the next trilogy within the Mistborn world. If I'm not mistaken, it's set in the future after the end of the original Mistborn trilogy, and it follows our characters Wax and Wayne, and it's like a Wild West fantasy setting, which just sounds fantastic. Next on the list is We Are Completely Beside Ourselves by Karen Joy Fowler, which is shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize this year, which I, want to read. Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey. The synopsis is just amazing, and I've talked about it a lot on my channel and I've yet to read it. Sorcerer Air by Cinda William Chima. This is the fifth book to the Air series, the fifth and final book to the Air series that just recently came out, and I just read the fourth one this month, so I hopefully will carry on to this quite soon. The Scorpio Races by Maggie Stiefvater. I just finished The Raven Boys and I really enjoy the writing in it, so I've heard nothing but great things regarding the Scorpio Races too, so I brought it along with me. The Winter's Curse by Remy Rudkowski. This is a young adult fantasy novel that has a lot of court intrigue, and again, I've heard fantastic things. Snow Like Ashes by Sarah Rosh. This is another young adult fantasy series. I'm very much in the mood for fantasy right now, and this book has just a really cool present. It's in a world where the kingdoms are separated by the season in which they live constantly in. Makes me kind of think of Avatar, but like instead of elements, it's seasons, so. Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger. The first book to the Keeper of the Lost Cities series follows elven kids that go to a magic school. Tatiana and Alexander by Paulina Simons. This is the second book to the Bronze Horseman trilogy. I read the first one back in July. Really enjoyed it, so I want to continue on. All That Is Solid Melts into Air. This is a historical fiction love story set during the Chernobyl crisis in Russia, which just sounds like a really cool setting, so I'm excited to pick this up, and I really love this cover so much. Little Bee by Chris Clave. This is a novel that basically tells you not to know about the synopsis. I've read the first 20 pages of this book actually, and it was very intriguing, very great writing, and I'm excited to continue on with this, hopefully by the end of the spring. Dance by A.S. King, because I still think it's ridiculous that I have yet to read an A.S. King book. And the last book I brought with me for my break is The Narrow Road to the Deep North by Richard Flanagan. This won the Man Booker this year. Historical fiction novel set during World War II, but I think it follows an Australian man. Obviously, I'm very much in the mood for historical fiction, and I really hope to pick this up. So there you go, guys. Those are all the books I brought home with me for break reading. Obviously, there's a lot of them. I probably won't get to all of them because I'm obsessed with True Detective right now, which is taking up a lot of my time. But that being said, I hope to read quite a few of these, and yeah, I will see you guys soon with another video soon. Goodbye!